So this is going to be a little recap of what I'm thinking for today. So we've closed above this intermediate high, structural high, internal high, pretty confidently, right? This is the one that we're going for. Okay, that's a confident, convincing 4-hour candle closure. 8 a.m. open. We've come down. Wick rejected. Opened at 12 a.m. 4-hour candle. We've come down. Now you can see here how in this instance that no strategy is 100%. This doesn't affect me in any way mentally because, you know, your strat's your strat. You play to the probabilities. You win some, you lose some. I didn't take a trade anyway, but this shows that I would have been looking to go long here, right, which is in turn short on Euro USD. However, didn't quite get set up. We did, but we didn't. Right, we get this sweep above, and you could realistically go for shorts. Oh shit, I should have gone for shorts. Why do I only see this now? That's strong displacement. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's strong displacement. So let's recap this real quick. Let me recap this real quick. Okay, so we're structurally bearish. I'm anticipating price to fill this area of price that we have. Let me refresh so I can have my tools up here and we can talk about this. No. 4-hour. Okay. So we're not at realistically equilibrium of the gap. So I'm still looking to be bearish bullish regardless until seen otherwise. Until I see a structural change, right? Which we might sort of be getting now. However, right, we can take shorts in a bullish trend. Okay, how can we do this? Well, as we close above a high onto the left, I'm sort of anticipating, and depending on how the high time frame candle closes, right, this one here signals it's a continuation. So if we do retrace, I'm looking for price to rebalance, some imbalances, whatever, and then continue long. If it's a wick, well then I'm looking for price to potentially take out, the recent low, which is also failed structure. Now in this instance, a very nice setup, right? Asia range comes up high, okay? Comes up, it closes above this high in Asia range, right? Now, to be fair to myself, I see this. What time did the 4-hour close like this? 8. Right, so that's a strong bullish candle. I'm thinking longs just purely off that. Not even just purely off that, but that's a strong 4-hour. And it's higher time frame candle closure. Go to the 5-minute. Tells a different story. Strong displacement. Like, that is strong displacement on the 5-minute. Okay, I'd have marked out this low. Close beneath. Imbalance here on the 5-minute. We tap it. We short it. We target session low. Like, it doesn't... I've seen it... Oh, why do I... You know what? I genuinely... Was it one of my videos I made? And I had a setup like this. But it was like an Asia session trade. It was early. That is... Yeah, because I'm working, I'm looking high time frame in a way. I'm not glued to this. But at 8, that is some strong displacement. Let's have a look on the 4-hour over these sides. Let's delete these. Right. 4 hour. Let's have a look at DXY again. Come up, closed above, come down, come down. That's not a convincing bearish close at all. It's a wick. That's a sign of reversal. And as you can see, take out Asia lows, we sweep out this structural low. We print this gap. This is with the strong displacement on its way up, closing above this high. And then we just about get a tap inside that range. Yeah, and that's where you'd want to go long. And then target the opposing session liquidity, which would be Asia highs. Fuck off. At the minimum anyway. I don't know, I've got a big line across my screen, so that could mean something. Let's have a look. I just want to see how the R would have been. Calm. Yeah. I mean, you could have left runners like. I mean, this to me is just a bit of a pullback, I think, anyway. I'm not look too deep into this, but I think when I'm looking at direction, and also Euro swept it on the 4 hour. I would have opened at 6, closed at 10. And so I wanted to. There's not really much of a fucking gap. Like there is, but. Here's what it is, and I don't think I could have properly got into this. Other than that opportunity. I'm thinking because I was on charts about 10. I'm trying to see, like, we get a pullback here at like 12. But we don't pull into anything other than maybe like equilibrium. But like, I'm not trying to be doing equilibrium on a single. Fuck off. I'm not trying to do equilibrium on a single leg range like something like this. You know what I mean? I mean, okay, you're able to close above this, expect a retreat. Yeah, maybe. But then, you know, because of the DXY closing strongly bullish, and we just take out also Asia high, I've anticipated to go short, so I'm not in two minds. But I can see how either direction can play out. Obviously, it's only Tuesday. And I don't think there's anything I'm willing to take now. But, like going back to what I said earlier about my direction, I think just looking at this, okay, we're taking out, you know, this high. It's quite nice, to be honest. I still think we could potentially move lower. Maybe we will. but we have filled, you know, a pretty significant amount of this gap anyway. But like I say, it depends on how we close. Okay. Like, you've got an hour and 25 on this 4-hour candle. We have this low. And you got this low inside the gap. So it's just about being patient, really. So until we close, ideally, I'm not going to be bearish on the DXY for the rest of this week. Like, for me to be bearish for the rest of this week, price for me will need to close below here. If we close below here, you know, depending on how the candle looks, I'll be thinking about it. Probably will lead me bullish, bearish. But until that, if we reject this again, not even again, but if we just close, close kind of rejecting this area, taking out these lows. I don't expect this candle to really close higher, but that's just what I'm gonna have to see. But high time frame, I'm still kind of bearish now. Like, high time frame, I'm bullish, but I'm kind of bearish. Like, for this week, I think this week will end higher, but you know, maybe the next 2 weeks I think we'll push low. If that makes sense. Depends how high time frame you're going. Just for the end of the week, I think we should at least have traded higher. So from Monday to Friday, right, we'll be, you know, higher up trading price wise. If that makes sense. So if Monday's here, I'm expecting Friday to be here. But maybe, you know, the week after that, I'm expecting for us to probably get back down. But like I say, it all depends on what the structure shows and how the candles close. Alas.